My name is Nick Miceli, and I'm the Regional President for Florida in TD Bank. You know, there is no normal, so every day is a new opportunity. And usually I start my day by speaking with our team and talking about the initiatives of the day, usually focused on what we're doing to build out our store network, what we're doing to increase our penetration into the footprint of Florida. Could be marketing, could be our commercial loans, it could be our investments in our communities. And then there's whatever else the day brings that could be a surprise. Well, I've picked the right 6 months to live in Florida, and so my family had to endure, I think, 4 or 5 major snowstorms while I was assimilating into the Florida culture. So it's been awesome. My family is now down here with me, and we're looking forward to your summers, and our summers is probably a better way of saying that, and experiencing what Florida has to offer in the summer as well. 30 years is a long time. So what drew me to banking was I graduated Rutgers University with a degree in business and marketing, business management and marketing. And the jobs that were available at the time pretty much consisted of taking surveys in malls if I wanted to be a marketing person. And I had always wanted to open my own business. I always saw myself as an entrepreneur. But unfortunately, I didn't have a family business to move into. And so I had met family friends who worked at a bank. And they said, would you ever consider working in a bank? And I said, I never thought about that at all. And they explained to me a training program that they had at this bank that was a credit training program. And they were going to teach the credit analysts how to analyze a business to decide whether or not the bank should make a loan to them. And that intrigued me. And I said, wow, you're going to pay me to teach me how to analyze a business to decide whether or not the bank should lend them money. Well, that seems like an awful great skill to have, to be able to be an entrepreneur. And so I interviewed for the role, and there was like 200 people that had applied. They narrowed it down, and I was one of the lucky 11 that were brought into the credit analyst training program. And after a year and a half, I was one of 5 that actually graduated. And so it was a very, very lucky moment in life to meet someone who placed me in a career I never even dreamed of. And working for an organization like TD for 20 years, I found a company that gives me that creative spirit, that gives me that satisfies that entrepreneurial urge to build a business. And that's exactly what we've been able to do at TD. The J.D. Power Award is something that we don't take lightly. It's a tremendous honor, and it's also something that can be taken away from you, right? And so you can never stand at the top and say we've achieved. You have to say, what can we do better? How can we continue to evolve? And that's what's part of that culture of TD Bank. In fact, one of our internal sort of mantras is we're building the better bank. And it's not to build the best bank, it's to build the better bank. And why is that? And it's because we can't rest on our laurels. And we've won the award 3 of the last 5 years, so there's been times where we haven't won the award, right? Or that we had it and lost it. And so our competitors are always striving for that top position, and we are striving to maintain it. And so we are always looking for ways that we can improve, how we can become more engaged in the communities, how we can streamline customer inquiries, how we can improve turnaround time as it relates to our product sales, how we can exceed customer expectations. And so that's really where our focus is. And also where I think we're spending a lot of time now is this concept of multiple delivery channels. People are used to a digital world. They're becoming more and more comfortable with that. And we need to be able to provide products that go across those distribution channels, whether you walk into one of our stores or whether you call our call center or whether you go online and want to self-select. And so that's where I think we have some opportunities and where we're spending some time and focus. At TD, we don't look at it as in favor of. You're right, there had been a trend to say we're going to eliminate the need for stores in some banks' action plans. We've never believed in that. We've never focused on that. Our focus has been opening locations that complement our store network and using, again, distribution, using it as a distribution channel so that people can bank how they want to bank, when they want to bank. There's going to be a need for someone to at some point in their life to be able to meet and speak with a banker. It's still a very personal business, and so we need to have a store network that people can go to when they have a question, when they have a concern, and they want that personal touch, that eyeball-to-eyeball concept. There are other situations that don't require that, where they want to self-select and go onto our website or go online or use our mobile device. And so we're going to continue to invest in technology that allows us to help those individuals, and we're going to continue to invest in our stores. But our stores are going to change. We don't have the need for the same scale of those stores. So you're seeing the size of those stores start to shrink a little bit, start to become the layout different, maybe less transactions in the stores, so maybe there's less need to have teller space and maybe more need to have room for desks where people can have conversations, maybe conference rooms. So that's where you're seeing an evolution there in our store network. What I'm most proud about at TD Bank is that we're investing in our communities, we're investing in our employees, and we're also obviously investing in our business. And when we look for opportunities, we look at them through three lenses, right? It's the lens of the employee, the customer, and our shareholders. And when we make decisions, we weigh those consequences, right? And it can't be where one of those pillars outweighs the others. So it's got to be complementary to those three areas. And so I'm most proud about how TD really focuses on their employees to invest in, and we call that, the concept of time, talent, and treasure. And so we encourage people to volunteer within their communities. We give them the resources so that they can make an impact in those communities, and demonstrate that we are not just putting our name on a placard and saying TD made a donation here. We're rolling up our sleeves, we're becoming involved, and really making a difference in the lives of those peoples in the community. And so that's what I'm most proud of.